In 1452, Ottoman cavalry began raiding eastern Albanian territories, a strategy frequently employed by the Ottomans to weaken adversaries prior to a large-scale invasion. Sultan Mehmed, perceiving divisions among the Albanian leaders to be a critical peak, mobilized an inexperienced force of approximately 27,000 soldiers. His goal was to sufficiently weaken the Albanian defenses before launching a concentrated invasion. This force, commanded by Tahip Pasha, was divided into two groups, one under Tahip's leadership and the other under his subordinate, Hamza Pasha. While Mehmed was preoccupied with conflicts in the east, he permitted Hamza to return westward. Skanderbeg assembled an army of 14,000 soldiers and set out to confront Tahip Pasha's forces. His strategy was to defeat Hamza first, before maneuvering around Tahip to encircle him. Hamza commanded between 10,000 and 12,000 men and was stationed near the newly constructed fortress of Modrič. Wasting no time, Skanderbeg launched an immediate attack on July 21st. The ferocity of his assault quickly overwhelmed the Ottoman forces, forcing them into retreat. Many perished on the battlefield, while the rest were pursued as they fled. Hamza, along with his staff, was captured during the battle. Francesco Sansovino, in Historia Universal dell'Origine et Imperio de Turkey, recounts that Hamza, fearing punishment, pleaded for mercy by explaining that he had only opposed Skanderbeg because he was compelled to do so. Demetrio Franco, one of Skanderbeg's early biographers, describes how Skanderbeg's response moved the Ottoman officers to tears. Skanderbeg even shared a meal with them before ordering his prisoners to be guarded and treated respectfully. Ultimately, the men were released, but Hamza and his staff were ransomed for 13,000 ducats. Franco notes that Skanderbeg's generosity earned widespread admiration throughout Albania and the Ottoman Empire. His actions enhanced his reputation as a warrior among his troops and demonstrated his conviction that he could allow his enemies another chance to fight him, confident in his own abilities. After defeating Hamza's army, Skanderbeg retained control of the captured Ottoman foot soldiers. That same day, he dispatched men to Tahip Pasha's army, which had advanced to central Albania. These men displayed the captives and captured Ottoman standards to demoralize Tahip's forces. Unshaken, Tahip divided his army into two groups in the plains of Meçad, positioning his elite troops to guard the flanks. Anticipating this, Skanderbeg sent Moisi Galami to attack Tahip's rear flanks, weakening the Ottoman forces before the main assault. Once this maneuver succeeded, Skanderbeg launched his own forces into battle. During the intense clash, Moses identified Tahip, engaged him in a fierce duel, and ultimately killed him. Leaderless, the Ottoman troops panicked and fled the battlefield. Next year, in 1453, Skanderbeg led his Albanian forces to the fields of Polig near Tetovo, aiming to reclaim Svedegrad from the Ottomans. His army, supported by Alfonso the Magnanimous, was equipped with artillery and arquebuses. The Albanian forces, numbering around 10,000 men, faced an Ottoman army of 14,000, commanded by Ibrahim Pasha, a former ally turned adversary. Skanderbeg's strategy was to devastate the surrounding Macedonian countryside to weaken Ottoman control and lure the garrison of Svedegrad into a trap. When his forces encountered Ibrahim Pasha's army, Skanderbeg initially halted his march and considered retreating into the Mokra Valley to draw the Ottomans into an ambush. However, Ibrahim Pasha chose to bivouac in the fields of Polig, blocking further incursions. As dawn broke after a fierce storm, Skanderbeg adapted his plans and launched a swift cavalry attack on the Ottoman camp. The surprise assault caused chaos among the enemy ranks. During the battle, Skanderbeg confronted Ibrahim Pasha in a duel and defeated him, beheading him in a decisive moment. The sight of their fallen leader shattered the Ottomans' morale, leading them to retreat. The Ottomans suffered significant losses, with casualties ranging between 3,000 and 10,000, while the Albanians lost around 300 men. On May 29, 1453, as Constantinople fell to the Ottomans, the winds of change swept across the Balkans.